We're back.
Hello. Michaela took a bathroom break.
Yep.
And I was checking my Twitter account. I found some housewives of Beverly Hills ASMR of them fighting. Love that. I feel like you don't even need to watch the show to enjoy that.
Oh, no. It was some guy replaced all of their audio.
He's just whispering.
It's himself whispering what they say.
Hilarious. I really enjoy the Housewives shows. I don't watch all of them anymore. I've started to drop a lot of them because like the fighting is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they literally fight over cakes. I don't really want to watch a bunch of white women fight over cake.
We're here for big cancer scandals.
Yes, that is exactly what I was about to talk about. The cancer scandals.
You're lying about having cancer? Bitch, I'm watching.
This guy, like literally. Okay, so just backstory on this guy.
This is Real Housewives of Orange County?
Of Orange County. So he's been on this show for a while.
Brooks is his name.
And he was dating one of the housewives that's been on since the very beginning. Her name is Vicky.
OG.
She is...
She calls herself that.
She calls herself the OG of the OC. So that already tells you a lot about her.
Tells you a little bit about her.
She's very annoying.
Almost.
Very gullible. Obviously.
What's the word when you can't stand someone? Intolerable.
Yes.
Unbearable.
I would definitely say she is.
Yeah.
Like she has outs with everybody on the show every single season, and she hasn't been able to keep a solid friend for more than one season of the show. Nice. So, you know, there's that. So this guy has been on there for quite some time. She got a divorce and immediately started to date him. And after a while, you find out that she left her then husband for him.
Mm.
And, like, bless her heart, but he is a con man.
Oh, yes.
Of
grand proportions.
Yeah, just this is before the cancer scam. Just him being on this show, everything is just how can I get money out of this woman. She bought him new teeth. She bought him new clothes, like a whole wardrobe. She takes him on vacations. And he doesn't work, and he has like 12 kids that he doesn't pay child support.
Nice.
So, like, you know.
he's a great guy.
He's the best.
He's an upstanding citizen.
This guy,
a gentleman.
She has taken his side over her very, very best friends. Like, she has lost friends, ended relationships over this man. Her daughter moved out of the state to get away from her and this man.
That's how you know he's a catch.
Because they secretly recorded him, and he was telling the daughter's husband that he needs to start beating her.
Jesus Christ.
To keep her in line, and he also was hitting on her. Like saying some really sexual shit that you shouldn't be saying to your girlfriend's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Or really anyone that you're not dating.
Yeah. And that's married.
Yes. So, we already... No one likes this guy.
Right. Except for Vicky.
Except for Vicky for
inexplicably.
some reason. I think it was a sexual reason.
Oh?
Personally. I find it hard to believe myself, but, you know, whatever.
Go on with your bad self.
So, I thought there was a chest back here. I guess not.
Was it him that called her Miss Piggy?
No, that was somebody else.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That was Slade?
This was Slade, another one of the housewives' boyfriends. Kept calling her Miss Piggy, which, by the way,
all diamonds of a guy.
Fucking did look like Miss Piggy, though.
Not that there's anything wrong with
There's
that.
nothing wrong with it, but
Miss Piggy is beautiful.
She legitimately did look like Miss Piggy.
She did.
And this bothered her so much that she came back one season with a completely new face. Oh, there's the chest. Right there. Completely new face.
Mm-hmm.
She had everything she could have done on her face, she had done.
Yeah.
She was terrifying to look at. Because,
Yes.
like, when they show her on the show, no one knew she had it done. And it was fresh.
Mm.
Like, it was still healing. So she looked like her, like, crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, and sorry.
So, we already don't like Brooks. And this was after they broke up because everyone kind of bullies her into breaking up with him because she's a pushover. I have said this already.
Yeah.
So they broke up and they secretly get back together.
She's easily influenced by the things that people around her say.
Oh, most definitely. So
Exemplified by the fact that she got a whole new face
because
after someone called her Miss
grown
Biggie.
man made fun of her.
Yeah.
So they secretly get back together. They don't tell the daughter even, and he moves into the house with her, which is really fucked up.
Yeah.
So the daughter's now already this is before they even know that he has cancer. The daughter is I'm not taking my kids over to your house anymore. You can't see my kids as long as you're with this guy. So you would think if your own daughter is saying stuff like this about your boyfriend, you would listen.
Right.
But no.
No.
So now,
Not Vicky.
in order to convince everyone that they should be back together, Vicky decides to share the news that Brooks has cancer. And of course, when she shares the news, everyone feels horrible for him. Because even if you're a horrible human, nobody should go through cancer.
Right.
So there's a new housewife on the show. Her name is Megan. She currently has someone that's in stage 4 aggressive cancer. She's only has months to live.
And isn't it of the same type as him?
It was a different type,
Okay.
but I think that their treatments were supposed to be somewhat similar. And so she knows a lot about cancer. She's also sort of in the medical field, medical field adjacent.
Gotcha.
Another one of the housewives is Heather Dubrow, married to
Dr. Terry Dubrow.
Dr. Terry Dubrow.
Of botched fame.
Yes, so he is a legit doctor. So they're all concerned, of course, because the love of Vicky's life is dying. So they all want to know as much as they can know and help as much as they can help. Vicky has gotten a new best friend, Shannon, who is a fucking hypochondriac, knows every doctor in the state of California, and is willing to do whatever she can to help Brooks. Because at this point, she does not believe anything she's heard about Brooks and wants to help Vicky as much as she can.
As a good friend would do.
Right. I am not blaming Shannon at all for this. They all start asking questions about his treatment, how aggressive is his cancer, all of these sorts of questions that you would normally ask a person. And his story starts to get kind of wishy-washy. Things aren't really adding up. The like. Then they start asking about his treatments. And he is not taking chemotherapy, but drinking juices.
As many doctors would recommend, I'm sure.
Yes, he's going a holistic route, which everyone was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Why would you do that? So then people are like, okay, something's up here. And it's not like they're bad people for assuming this because this is what he does.
Yeah.
So then Megan really starts getting in on it. She is convinced something is amiss. So she starts calling doctors, doing all of these things because
Investigating.
Brooks is saying I'm going to this hospital to get treatments. I'm going here to have chemotherapy. This is my oncologist. All of these things. He even comes up with a story that he was vomiting uncontrollably.
Oh, shit.
That's the dog seizure medication alarm. He said he's vomiting uncontrollably. And that Heather's husband, Terry, called in a favor at the emergency room and sent someone over with an IV. This is his first big fuck up. Terry never fucking did that.
What a fool.
Vicky never even called Heather. Heather had no idea what she was talking about. Because Vicky didn't bring up the story, someone else brought it up to Heather. Because Vicky told them the story. So she's like, no, that never happened. So this gets Megan even more suspicious. So she starts calling in all the doctors, asking about Brooks's treatment, which you can't really say, like, yeah, I'm treating that person because, you know, HIPAA and all of that.
Right.
It's illegal. But she's
Confidentiality.
asking, like, do you do, like, these sort of CT scans? Do you treat this kind of cancer? They all say no. They don't treat any of those things. So why is he going to these places
Very sus.
if he has cancer? And they don't treat cancers. So, Vicky and Brooks know that everyone is on to them. So they come up with this weird CT scan report from a hospital. And they show it to the one housewife on there that has no medical background whatsoever and can barely string a sentence together. Like, no offense, Tamara. But she's like the one that you show if you want to pull off a grand scheme. So she automatically just is like, okay, sure, cool. You have a report. Like, obviously you're telling the
Good to me.
truth.
Yeah.
She tells someone about it. They're at a party. She tells Megan and Heather and Shannon about it, the three medical ladies. Shannon flips out because that hospital doesn't do those CT scans.
Uh-oh.
And so they take a picture of it. Tamara took a picture of it to show them. She asked Brooks if she was allowed. Again, his second mistake.
Big mistake. Huge.
Yes. So Tamara shows them the picture, and Shannon brings out her hypochondriac binder because she's had all kinds of CT scans. Not at the same place, of course, because they don't do it there, but where she does have the CT scans done, and says this is not what a CT scan report looks like, and shows it. So this is already like, okay, like, he's lying, but why is he lying?
Right.
So weird. So they start going in and on about it. He's saying that he is taking resveratrol to heal his cancer. Heather and Terry come out with a new skincare line. What is the main ingredient? Resveratrol. That doesn't cure cancer at all. It's for your skin.
Oh my God, why is he so stupid?
I don't know.
He's supposed to be a con man.
I don't know. This was his big mistake.
Yeah.
So then Megan starts really, really getting in on it. And Vicky was getting really annoyed with Megan because she was like, why the fuck are you looking into this so hard? But Megan is like, you know, she has a personal connection to it.
Yeah.
Her family is suffering. They're about to lose someone that they love dearly because of cancer. And it's like they're faking cancer.
Yeah.
It's like not a question anymore.
She doesn't take it lightly.
Right. Like, she's saying, hey, what you're doing is wrong, and I'm going to tell everybody what you're doing is wrong and prove it.
Yeah.
So I was like, good for you, Megan. So she starts looking on Brooks's past and starts, like, texting and emailing ex-girlfriends. He has faked cancer before. And he has faked cancer with Vicky.
Before?
Yes.
Wow.
He said that he had pancreatic cancer. And Vicky's daughter happens to be an emergency room nurse.
Well, that's taken care of.
Right, I'm telling you, this guy's an idiot. So she starts asking him questions, and he realizes that he cannot lie to her because she knows.
Yeah, she can see right through him.
Right, she's already distrusting of him, and she knows about cancer treatment, of the like. So he breaks down and says, okay, it's pancreatic, or pancreatitis. What is it? What's the word?
We are brothers and sisters in honor.
Swelling of the pancreas.
Okay.
It's from excessive drinking is what causes it. So now we know he's an alcoholic. Which,
He
I
can look
mean,
in your eyes
probably
and tell
anyone
you
can
words.
know
Yeah.
this anyways.
If you go
So all of this comes out. Megan's using all of this information. She texts and emails the ex-girlfriends, finds out about the cancer scams, aside from the one that he's already tried to pull on Vicky. And she brings this to light. So Vicky completely makes up a conversation that she had privately with Megan's husband, saying that he hates Megan. Their marriage is terrible. He wants a divorce. They've been married for 6 months. 4 of them have been terrible. Only 2 have been good. Like that he's been talking mad shit to Vicky of all people. I should mention, Megan's husband does not like Vicky. So we know that this conversation never would have happened. They had a confrontation about this and like said to her husband, did you ever say this to Vicky? And he says, no, I've never had a personal conversation one-on-one with Vicky. So it's just, it's snowballing.
Definitely.
It's snowballing. So eventually everyone cuts Vicky off because it's like, this is too much.
Yeah.
We get to the reunion. Every season of the Housewives, they have a reunion.
Yeah.
So, Brooks is no longer in the picture. He dumps Vicky
Uh-oh.
because he cannot stand her friends getting into his personal business while still maintaining he has cancer.
Wow.
This is his 3rd fuck up. Because he has pissed off Vicky.
The one person who was still on his side.
Yes. So Vicky fesses up.
The final nail in the coffin.
She says to everyone
Are you feeling sick?
that at first they did truly think that he had cancer, but quickly found out that he did not, and she suspects that he never really was in fear of having cancer. He was trying to manipulate her because she was kind of giving signs that she might have broken up with him. So he was going to pretend that he was going to have cancer. That was my
Whoopsie.
mistake. To try and get sympathy and like, you can't leave me if I have cancer.
Right. You wouldn't dump a cancer patient.
Right. So she suspects that he never even had cancer to begin with. This was just a ploy. But he quickly found out that he didn't have cancer. He was fine. He was healthy. But because the women hated Brooks so much, and they were all not friends with Vicky because she was with Brooks, they decided to come up with a grand scheme that he would be dying. They are saying that he is dying of cancer. They don't know how long he has left.
Oh my God.
Not that they just found something in his system,
Yeah.
Like he's dying.
Uh-huh.
They come up with the idea to say that he's dying of cancer for sympathy from the women so that they would start to like Brooks more.
She just wanted a casserole.
She said, I was hoping that when I told you guys that my boyfriend, the man I love, she went on and on and on, has cancer, that you guys would bring me a
Why the
casserole.
gods let you in. Come on then. Y'all will
She lied about cancer for a casserole.
How can you be so transparent about wanting attention?
So you were at
I
home.
don't know.
You
But
saw
then
this
he
drag of your
eventually,
eyes?
like in an article, because the Andy Cohen, like the head of Bravo, he's on everything.
Yeah.
He had a private interview with Brooks, and Brooks maintained that he still had cancer, and he says, I want nothing from Vicky.
But it's none of
I'm
my
done.
concern
We're
who the
done.
Imperials want to execute,
In an
especially
article
now.
later on, he fesses up and
want
says,
to know
yes, I
is
was lying about it.
Exactly happened
And like has no remorse,
No, of course not.
has no reasoning. He was just like, yes,
irrelevant
I lied. It's over.
What do you say
I'm not
to
on the
that?
show anymore. Leave me alone.
Shall we continue to trust in the
Absolutely
strength of our
insane.
walls
Yeah.
against
But
the
then the next season, she's trying to like save face. She's not with Brooks anymore, even though she keeps calling him and like leaving stalker messages on his phone. That's a whole different thing. So she's trying to save face.
She's in damage control mode.
Oh yes, and like, cause none of them want to speak to her,
Right.
while the dragon
like because that's
burns and slaughters
who
my people?
fucking does that.
Yeah.
Irrelevant.
So what she does, she sells life insurance.
Yes,
Like that's her job. She has her own life insurance
return to my
company.
duties.
So because she's like a public image and she sells life insurance, she decides to start doing commercials for this new like I want to say it's like a charity,
Take this as a small
but it's
Okay.
for
token of my esteem.
life insurance for cancer patients to take care of their families if they were to
Suitable for
pass.
someone
Right.
of your
So she's doing commercials. They have those stupid little bands, the rubber band bracelets, like the Live Strong type
Yeah.
of things. So we find out later on because Megan, the super sleuth, looks into this because she's like, "This is too good to be true, Vicky. I don't believe that you would be this nice." That the charity is a sham.
Oh, jeez.
The money's not going anywhere. People are donating money because it's Vicky and she's like a public figure.
Yeah.
So I still don't know to this day. This has been years. I still don't know where the money's gone.
Probably straight to the CEO.
I mean, probably. But she claims she had no idea. But they don't ever show in the meetings. She has a bunch of meetings with the people who run this charity. I don't believe that for a second. I mean, they don't ever say like, this is where the money's going. You know,
Right.
they never talk about that sort of thing, just like positive things about the charity.
Right.
But she knew.
Oh, yeah.
Just true. So, like, listen, if you think, oh, these housewife shows are no fun,
That was definitely
like,
To the point, eh?
the peak,
No need for tedious
Yeah.
for me at least.
I like that.
What
And
season
then-
was that? Do you remember?
Details to your
I don't know,
credit,
it's been
alright?
like 3 or 4 years
I,
probably since
learned
then.
of a certain
But,
stone tablet said to be
so the next season, also the same one with the cancer charity
said to be on the
scam.
map of Dragon
Um,
Village. Go to Bleak Falls
I already
Village,
have
find
that.
this tablet,
Why are you
no
telling me
doubt
to
insured
leave?
in the main chamber, and bring it to me.
Can you
Simplicity
say,
is-
oh, this tablet right here?
Oh yeah,
There you
okay.
go.
So the same season
the
with the
Dragon
charity
Stone of
scam,
Bleak
everyone's
Falls
mad at her and they're
You
like,
already
Vicky,
found
I'm not gonna be friends with you,
Yeah,
obviously.
from a
So one of
different
them,
cloth than
Shannon, the
usual.
one that was very close friends with her, is reasonably upset. And Vicky gets angry and
You'll have to see
outs
the
that
article.
Shannon's husband has been having an affair.
I'm sure one of
for
them will pay you
years.
appropriately.
This was a secret that Shannon shared with Vicky in confidence on vacation on the beach. And Vicky just tells everybody.
As you do. Real gem of a person.
I should also mention
Dragon's been sighted
that
with
now they're all friends again. Shannon is divorced.
Where was it seen?
Vicky is
What was it
engaged
doing?
to a police officer.
A bit more seriously if I were you.
There's no justice in the world, truly.
Nope.
I don't know how you forgive someone from something like that.
I know.
For both of those things.
Yeah.
It's so strange. They're all like Christians.
Yeah.
I say that with quotations,
So, you're
but
that person who came from
you know, they
West
say
and
Jesus
watched
would
out?
want you to forgive people no matter what. But like, I think there's a limit. I don't think Jesus would want you to like maybe forgive them, whatever, but don't go on girls' trips
Yeah.
and have like girls' night.
Is it attacking the watchtower?
No, my
It's crazy. It's good times. We got an alcoholic on New York Housewives, constantly going to jail.
Nice.
Good work, son.
Luann, the Countess. Money can't buy you class.
Nope.
Food and rest.
Elegance is learned,
First,
in case you didn't know.
Apparently, someone needs to tell her
better
that.
gather some confidence and get down
But
there.
it certainly seems that Brooks had a bit of a Titanic complex.
Oh, yes.
Invincibility complex.
Oh, yes.
Whatever you want to call it.
I'm sure
There's
he's
no time
probably,
to stand on ceremony,
right now,
son.
scamming
Need your
somebody.
help again.
Definitely.
I think
want you
he's
to go with
probably
Ireland and help
either
her
going to
fight
die
this fight.
scamming someone or someone's going to kill him
So you
for
have
scamming
more
them.
experience with dragons than any in the city.
It's good times.
And please,
It's such good
accept
times.
this gift from
Got
my
Jersey
person
over there,
love.
they've literally gone to prison
Come along. I would very much like to see this dragon.
For the fraud?
for fraud.
Yeah.
Can't
Her
afford to
husband's
risk
getting
all of it.
deported to Italy.
I need you
Yeah.
They're
here
getting a
working on
divorce
ways to
if
defend
he
the
gets
city
deported
against these dragons.
because she doesn't want to go to Italy.
As you command.
Usually I don't really enjoy the Housewives shows.
Sometimes though, there's like a
Yeah.
gem of a season.
Yeah, I watched the cancer scam season, and that one was was pretty good.
It's fascinating. It's like the psychology behind it.
Yeah. One of my psychology professors in college loved the Housewives shows because of
For good reason.
yeah, because of like the lying and like manipulation and all that stuff, and then also because she was a memory. That was like her area within psychology, was she studied memory.
Yeah.
So she thought it was fascinating how they will say things to each other and talk all this shit and whatnot. And
Yes,
just
they act like they're not being filmed.
and they just plumb forget
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yes.
You don't need to worry about that.
Quite,
Lisa
quite
Rinna.
fascinating. Yeah.
Lisa Rinna straight up, I think, blacks out and says things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a cure disease to fix my skeever ailment.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Good idea.
I think you
I am very sick.
You're right,
You're
Arcadia.
very right. Well, usually she always says that I'm sick every
Yeah,
time I
she's
come in here.
Bitch.
She is. Do you know that I have had multiple mods on my computer and I don't know which ones are glitching out in combination with each other? It glitches out in no other section of the game except for with her. She's bright ass green
Oh my god.
and completely naked.
That's funny.
It is
That's so specific.
wild.
I bet.
Big old titties.
Tiggle bitties.
Nipple and all.
Hard?
No. Here he is, our Brenton.
There's our big old boy.
Look, there's the question.
Don't
I'm
ask
not
him.
gonna ask it.
I'll get pissed off.
Odds and ends, that sort of thing.
How did I get so many scrolls?
Because you picked him up. Oh. Oh.
So close. Yeah, he only has 3, so okay. We're gonna go find another job. We're not fighting dragons.
No.
Not yet. We're not strong enough. We gotta
Soon.
be a big boy.
Big, strong boy.
So, you know.
We're going to eat our greens.
Yeah, I'm gonna find another quest for us to do.
And we'll do that in the next episode.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.